Good morning, friends. Welcome to TMX Adventures. Lisa here. Hey, today is Monday and the weekend was a whirlwind. Who would have thought that that announcement was coming? It is exciting, it is new, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I will fill you in. That's okay. Today, though, life goes on, and it is birthday celebrations tomorrow in my house for my oldest son. So he's put together what he would like for the menu for the day. So I'm starting to get into preparing that. So today I thought I'd take you on that journey. I love showing up and sharing the real food that we do in our home, and hopefully that inspires you and gives you the confidence to be able to maybe trade out something that you're buying or try something new or maybe be the person who cooks, dinner in your home when normally someone else is doing it. So that's what I show up for. But today we're going to make a beautiful tomato sauce. It's actually going to have leftover brisket go into it that we cooked probably a month or so ago. We did a big brisket and we eat some for our meal, normally with roast or with a salad. And then we shred it because it's so tender, and we freeze the remaining portions so that we can put them into things like nachos, tacos, shepherd's pies, all those sorts of things. So I've got that defrosting and I'm going to make this beautiful, delicious tomato-based sauce, and I'm winging it. Okay, I told you this month, till the end of the month, we were doing predominantly manual cooking because I want as well for you to get these skills. Now, I did notice, and I'm hugely excited, that the TM7 has even more modes. Now, what are modes, you think? Especially if you've got a TM31 or even a TM5, what's modes? Modes for us on a TM6 is that it's all these extra little bits that you can manually use. Now we can spin the dial and set, manually freestyle it. We can go time, temperature, speed, which is what we did on a TM31. It blows my mind that we've gone from like this TM31 back in 2013, we stopped that. That's when I joined as a consultant. All the way through to something that's just looks so phenomenal. I'm really excited. By the way, if you're on today, say hi. Say hi. I'd love to know that people are watching and getting value out of these videos. And if you're watching on YouTube tonight, hit subscribe. Thank you for that. So, back in the day, we used to have to have a cookbook. You had to have an iPad next to you, something that told you the recipe, unless you were just making a milkshake, spin the dial and you were fine. Fast forward though, now we've got access to, things that make it easier, and sometimes they're built into a guided recipe, but sometimes you just want to do something. You just want to clean the bowl. You just want to boil some eggs, which, by the way, that egg boiler, don't just think eggs. I don't know if I didn't notice. I've been cleaning this morning. Does anyone else get the itchy nose from cleaning? I didn't notice egg boiler. I didn't notice if it's egg boiler or if they've called it stationary boil. I'm hoping they've kind of changed that name a little bit and gone, hey, you know what? It doesn't have to just boil eggs, because I put in my beetroot and boil my beetroot. I put in some small potatoes and I boil my potatoes. I've got a customer that does the little Frankfurt sausages and just stationary boils. Like, how good is that to be able to use those modes and it stays stationary? On that note of stationery, how cool is it? This is what I was getting to a second ago. By the way, if you don't realise, I do not script these videos. What you get is me, okay? My sister a little while ago commented, she was like, oh my goodness, you just talk. I'm like, yeah, I do. Sometimes that's great, sometimes it's not. It does mean sometimes we chase rabbits and we go down rabbit holes, and I was like, we're cooking. Let's actually cook and let's talk about this. So first things first, we're going to put in, and by the way, you might notice, here's a rabbit, we're chasing it. I have a different camera. So this morning, yesterday, I turned on my gear because I was going to jump on yesterday and do something for you too. Because of the announcement, like Saturday was a write-off. Everybody was like, oh my goodness, and everybody had their normal life to live, right? Like I got up, I was going to a community meeting. I was not planning that day on an announcement. it was hectic from like 6:30 in the morning all the way through to night, and I had family here. We were having a family lunch at my house, so I thank goodness for the Thermomix. I had put through all the stuff for salads. I had made a dressing. I had steamed my carrots. I'd done all the things thanks to a Thermomix. I would have been incredibly overwhelmed that day on Saturday, cooking for 10 people without a Thermomix. But having the Thermomix meant that I could easily do what I needed to do while answering all your questions, while going out the door, while getting ready for birthdays. So, you know, that's the ease the Thermomix brings. It just takes one thing off your plate and you can do it. So, but turned the system on this morning and I went to film with you yesterday and it just wouldn't connect. Nothing in my system would match up to do these videos. And I was like, I haven't got time for this. So I didn't turn it on yesterday. And today we have a piggyback happening because my hub, I normally have a little system. Good morning, Lorraine. Lovely to see you on. I normally have a little system in this cupboard. That's why sometimes you see me with the cupboard open that holds my computer, my laptop, which talks to a hub that sends everything to all the different places because there's 3 cameras here. There's a monitor up here that I'm talking to you through. And this morning, now that I've had time and a little bit of, you know, slow breathing, and now digging through the cupboard to make a system work, the hub seems to have self-destructed. It said there's a TM7 coming and it said done. So instead of me turning on the system and it taking like 3 minutes to set up and say hello, good morning, friends, lovely to have you here, it's taken an hour and 15. So, but that's okay. Birthdays are tomorrow, so I've got plenty of time. And plenty of stuff I want to show you getting ready for birthdays. But back to this. Let's get this sauce going. As I've said, onion, cut in half. In it goes. A little bit of skin on it, not worried. Guess what? I have some garlic. I did manage on Saturday morning to jump to the markets after park run. So I have some garlic. Let's chop it. Let's manually chop it. Lid on, measuring cup. Okay, I'm going to not put a timer on. I'm going to use my ears to cook this morning up to speed 5 because that's our chop speed. Now at about that point, so that's 4 seconds, I could hear that it was all out to the sides, meaning it's cooked. How cool is that? Not cooked. Chopped. Chopped. Chopped, Lisa. Oh my goodness. Okay, scrape down the sides because we want that softened. And when you're making a tomato sauce, and being that the key ingredients really are, I'm going to put that back on so the onion doesn't get me. It's been a long time since I've cried on camera. I used to do that all the time at my old place with the red wall behind me, but it's been a while, so let's not start that back up. But when you've got a tomato-based recipe that you want the onion and garlic to have a place and a space, you do want to cook it off first to caramelize it. Look at that setting. It is cold today. We have a different, like yesterday was so hot. Today it is, I nearly put a jacket on this morning. So we want to make that soft and sweetened. So we're going to come up and we're going to do a 3-minute cook at, you could skip it. It just, I find it's got that onioness to it. Hello, Marie. Lovely to see you. Don't burn out rushing around. I think I'm okay. I just think it just was unexpected. I am a planned person, speed 2. I like to have just everything just planned out ahead of me. So when you wake up and it's like, oh my gosh, that was not on my agenda. It just takes a moment. And obviously you guys found out at the same time. So anyway, let's get this cooking and let's chat. Hopefully you can hear me over the top because as I said, the cameras are not the normal. You'll see this one's hanging from the top over here. There's a black one piggybacking. I've got my computer there. So hopefully you can hear me. But, so announcement, super excited. The 3 things I'm significantly excited about at this stage, and we don't know everything there is to know yet, but I am super excited about the additional things on this screen. There is an open lid mode, which from what I can gather so far, and as I said, we don't have all the information yet. We don't even know how we can earn one yet. We do know that we're not expecting them here until the 1st of July. So even if you get on the pre-order list, and by the way, I'm going to set up, look later today, there'll be a TM7 link on my website. You can just go put in your email details and then I'll keep you up to date. I'll send a specific email to those people so that you get the info as I get it. So if I get a video that's really cool with the TM7 in it, I'll send it to you through that link. Okay, so if you want to be kept up to date on like an email list for that particular thing, on the front of my website, I'll chuck a TM7 link because, as I said, It's all new, okay? It was new to everybody. So that's super cool. But that open lid mode, from what I can gather, it's non-stirring. It's like having a pot on the stove top, cooking something delicate like pasta. So it's boiling, or I guess lightly simmering. I'm assuming the new model is smart like this one, where it's not going to let it go too hot that it boils over. It's not going to move, or if it does, it'll just be like we do on our browning, where it's just that gradual little turn occasionally, which just moves that around a little bit. I'm presuming that's what it is. Like there'll be restrictions on that, so you can't spin it up to speed and out the top. But that's what it looks like to me. It looks like it's got those controlled mechanisms, so that it's like that stationary pot on the stove, which is really cool. I'm excited about that. Things like, often people say to me, oh, my chicken breast shreds. Now, I don't cook with breasts very often, but I know what they mean. I've done it at demos where we've had curry and it pulls. When you use that mode, then there'll be no movement. It'll be simmering off beautifully and not shred. So excited about that. Oh, Lorraine, thank you. I am excited about the browning mode being accessible. So at the moment, using high heat, if we want to go vary a high heat recipe, we need to go into like 200 grams capsicum, or cooked off, I can't remember what it's called, something with capsicums. I can picture it, I can't remember the title. So then I go, okay, so I want to cook off today my 100 grams of chicken and my 100 grams of veggies for a stir fry for lunch, because I'm trying to be healthy, okay? I'm trying to be healthy this year. And you'd have to go find a particular recipe with the similar weight product to be able to then access high heat. Whereas it looks like it's actually one of these. You can click on it and it knows how much food you've put in it to know then how long to cook that for without, with the parameters set. So I'm super excited about that as well. Let's keep going with this. A tomato sauce is so easy. Obviously, we've got that cooked off base of the onion and garlic, which just smells divine right now. Especially with the ghee. The ghee the other day I showed you guys was one of the top viewed recipes or videos over on YouTube. How cool is that? I'm just waiting for the camera to demystify for you guys. What I'm now going to add is some diced tin tomato. I freeze my leftovers. We get them in, and if those of you watching along for a long time, you guys know I get them in like a big 2.5 litre, or is it 3.5? It's a big tin, a massive tin. So we will, scoop out the first lot and then we freeze the rest, so that, because tomatoes renowned for, trying not to make a mess, renowned for going mouldy on top. So we don't want to waste it. And it's one of those ones that it's not a neat mold. It's like you can't save it mold. So we freeze it, and just in the glad bags, as you just saw. I'll rinse that out and I'll use it again on the next tin. It's about 820. That's all I need today. I did actually defrost another one because I didn't weigh them beforehand. I probably should have weighed them beforehand so I didn't have to defrost it, but I'll just refreeze it. It's only tomato in there. So that brings us up to just short of the 1 litre mark. Secret ingredients, there are 2 in a tomato-based recipe. One is your tomato paste. If you ever need tomato paste, it's been a long time since I've told you this, so I'm going to just refresh your memory. Cook a tin of tomatoes, 400 grams for 20 minutes on varoma, and it cooks down to the concentrate. Occasionally you need to whisk it longer just because of water content, like obviously tomatoes are so full of water. But yeah, that's how you do this. Somebody's left a spoon inside. But it's not just a spoon inside, it's like a spoon inside, like completely covered. The joys of everybody cooking in my house. Let's not complain, Lisa. That's a good thing, I know. All right. Spatula's the way to go. Always check your tomato paste as well. It's another one that, doesn't mind molding up, even in the fridge. Okay, so we're going to put in, normally I put about a tablespoon. That was a small tablespoon. I don't do small tablespoons, so. And I obviously don't do tablespoons. I just grab for what I can. Now, the other mode I was super excited to see was steaming. And if you've been around for a little while now, you've heard me talk about steaming. I was like, when are they going to put steaming mode? Like, that would be amazing, where you just can push a button. Like, they've got egg boiler and they've got that. Just push a button and say, hey, I want you to put the steam up because I want to steam salmon and veggies, or I want to steam, carrots, or I want to steam, like over the weekend, I had up there carrots and then I had boiled eggs. So like, I don't know if I shared that video yet. I might have to. If I haven't, I will share that. As I said, the weekend was a whirlwind. Thankfully, hubby's on leave today. So, by the way, a tablespoon of this. Now, I am fishing in this one because this one has growing stuff up the side. And it's okay. It's up the side. It's contained. So, it's all fine. But I need to do this soon. I'll actually jump online with you guys and cook a new veggie stock. Just probably not today or tomorrow. It might be Wednesday. So, steaming, yes. You know, like I think it's one of those things, and that's another video that a lot of people seem to like is steaming. I've got quite a few that are like, hey, this is how you use your aroma, because it's one of those things that sometimes gets forgotten in the back of the cupboard. So we have now our core ingredients in there. Now you'll notice today I'm not hiding veggies in there. You can hide veggies. I would do it after the onion and garlic cook-off. Tomato, zucchini, capsicum, broccoli stem, whatever you want to hide. Spinach leaves, by all means. Today I'm just wanting a tomato sauce. Now, if you're wanting something to go with, say, just a pasta, you just want a tomato sauce to go with pasta, this is your base. If you like to put oregano in it, in with some oregano. If you like mixed herbs, Italian herbs, whatever flavor you're kind of going with, that's what's going to go in. I've got a taco mix in the drawer that I have had since my old house, so over 3 years now. So probably more like 4 years. And I still just use that. It is off Cookidoo, it is off one of the recipes there, and I just use that. It makes a fair chunk, which is why I've still got some, not because we don't eat it all the time. So now we're going to cook this, and we're going to cook it for 15 minutes. We do need to let the humidity out. So in doing that, we need to take off our lid, back to my driving screens, 15 minutes. Now, before you go, and I probably should have said this at the beginning, because I know some of you guys don't stay around the whole time. Currently, they need to get rid of the last of the TM6s. Yeah? Let me just find my simmering basket. Okay. So, they're doing runouts on the TM6 while stocks last. So, if you are thinking, you know what, I love my TM6 or my TM5 and my TM31, and I want a 6 on the bench as well. Maybe you want 2 6s side by side. Or maybe you've been sitting on the fence thinking about the Thermomix for a long time, but kind of like, nah, I don't know when. Now's the time. Okay, there is $1,000 worth of value. So, if you're looking to buy a Thermomix, at the moment, until the stocks run out of TM6s, it comes with new information, guys. Give me a second. It comes with the cutter. It comes with the spiralizer. It comes with the blade cover peeler, because those things, if you haven't already noticed, they're not compatible with the TM7. The arms are a different locking mechanism because there are no arms. Oh, I'm going to have to redo my actual logo. Hadn't thought of that one yet. All right, that's okay. Another thing. So those things are TM5 and TM6 compatible only. Okay, they'll have their own ones over time. Glider board. Okay, different. I'm assuming, I've not seen underneath. I'm assuming a different foot pattern. Yeah. There is something around in the information about the fact that it actually has an inbuilt. No, I can't remember. I thought it's an inbuilt glide board, but that doesn't make sense. So I'm not sure. But anyway, that's okay. It might have been the translation, because some of that stuff was literally German to English translated. And also the other thing that's really the cream on top is the Cookidoo subscription. So you get 12 months extra. So you'll actually get 15 months in total, because you get 3 months free with your Thermomix. You'll get another 12 months on top. With your TM6. So there's a whole lot of value in that right now, which is super cool. So if you'd like to take that up, you can either go to my QR code, go to TMX Adventures if you can't find my QR code, and there's a purchase the TM6 button on my page. If you need to talk about it, I love hearing from customers, friends, all those sorts of things. So please don't be a stranger, okay? I'm not going to talk you in to a Thermomix. I am not a salesperson. Okay, this is what it is, this is what it does. If I can help you get the most out of it, I'm here, okay? So yeah, if you've got questions, don't be scared to ask, okay? I will give you the information that I know. But yes, if that's somebody you know, please do let them know as well if they've expressed curiosity in your Thermomix. There is still as well the referral bonuses. So until the end of March, if you actually refer a friend and they do decide to buy, and when I say refer a friend, you get your own link. It's unique to you. You can ask me for it and I create it for you. And then when you send it to a friend or you fill it out on their behalf with their details because they've said, hey, I'm interested, right, let me know your details. It bounces back to me, or if they've got a different consultant, they can nominate. And then when they buy, you get a $100 Mix Shop gift card to spend. So that's on offer as well until end of March. So hello, Linda, lovely to see you on. So yeah, so that's what's on offer at the moment. It's super exciting. I can't wait to get one. If you want to be, if you want to get one and you don't want to buy it, consider joining up as a consultant. I don't know how we get one yet, but I know that we'll be the first to be able to get one. So, it's a great way of doing it. And it's also a really great way, and you guys have heard me say this before, when I got my TM31, I wanted to get the most out of it as quick as I could. And that's why, I share with you, because I want you, when you've got one on the bench, to get more out of it. I want you to get the most out of it. I want it to serve you the most. I don't want it to sit there and be a glorified soup maker or an amazing risotto. By the way, your risotto will be amazing in a TM31, a TM5, TM6, or a TM7, okay? It's still going to save you time in all of the above methods. You're not going to be standing at a stovetop with two pots just, decanting from one to the other. So that remains the same regardless of what model you have. But yeah, becoming a consultant just opens that door to learn faster. And then to show others, and that showing and teaching others is where then obviously you become more skilled personally at it. So so if that's something that you're a little bit interested in, let me know. Again, I don't have all the details at the moment. They've said no joining the team right now. You can't join at the moment, okay? You got to wait till the 27th. So we'll have information by then. So if that does interest you, send me a message and I'll just keep you up to date with information as we learn that. But yeah, that's it. Sorry, this was a longish video today, but taking a big deep breath. I love sharing with you guys. So how I'll finish this recipe after 15 minutes, it'll be nice and beautifully cooked. I'll probably add my spices in then. I might do it tomorrow when I put this on to warm up. So I will then be adding, it's in the sink, but my softening meat mix, which is cooked, right? It's brisket, it was put in the smoker, it was then pulled, so it's really tender. I'll actually be putting that into this, and I could be serving it up straight away. It'll actually, though, go aside, and then tomorrow I'll use warm-up mode. Didn't notice if warm-up mode was on the TM7. We'll have to look. But anyway, I'll use warm-up mode, and that'll slowly stir this. The meat can't get any more shredded. It's already shredded. This will be liquidy enough to actually keep mixing through, and it'll come up to the temperature I want. There's warm-up over here, so you can, says can't do it at the same time. Fair enough. Hello, Kelly. Lovely to see you on. So that will be what I will then do to reheat it, and it's going in for lunch tomorrow, which is super cool. But I'm going to get off the camera now. We've got croissants to make today. We've got birthday cake to make today. I'm really glad it's not so hot today for all this cooking. It's nice, and it was lovely to wake up a little cold this morning. Don't know if you can hear that, but it's boiling quite rapidly now. If I didn't have this in place, it would be a regretful decision. My bench would be covered. I do like the look of the new lid. There's no measuring cup in it. It's like a little, I'm going to say plug, but it's not a plug because there's a gap so that the steam can obviously escape. But I do really like that kind of streamlined look of it. So anyway, let's see what comes. I will keep showing up for you guys. I will keep having a TM6 on the bench for a long time, and inevitably I will probably cook with both because it is an amazing tool. Your TM6 is going to serve you for a very long time. So even when the TM7 lands and I start sharing that, I think there'll be a point where Thermomix tells us we can't share the TM6 anymore. I'll have to not wear my business shirt. I'll have to wear a normal shirt and come to you with the TM6. But yeah, I'm not going to stop sharing because it is really important to me that, life is too crazy and busy to spend too much time in the kitchen. Come in and yes, feel joy and feel satisfied, but not feel stressed. That's what it's all about, right? Like, no stress and all success this year. That's my motto. So anyway, guys, have a fantastic Monday. I hope your week goes amazing. Keep an eye out. I'll try and record snippets of birthday stuff, preparation going on. But yeah, have a lovely day. Take care, and I will see you in the next video soon. See you then, guys.